Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again. And as you guys know, I've been playing around with the K30 Ultra for coming up to 1 week now, and I gotta say this is one of the most incredible devices, value for money devices that we've seen this year. With a 120Hz refresh rate in a phone that's coming in at 1,999 RMB. And this entire week I've been wondering, is there a phone that is going to rival this K30 Ultra in terms of value? Well, we may not have to wait long because it looks like Realme is scheduled to release on September 1st this Realme X7 Pro. And from the initial information we have about this phone, this may truly be a K30 Ultra killer. Now, the first spec that came out just a couple days ago, 120Hz AMOLED display, and a display that gets plenty bright with 1200 nits of maximum brightness. Now, I know all you Poco X2 fans out there are going to say, but Frankie Tech, we've had 120Hz on our phones. But guys, not all 120Hz displays are built alike. And having those two specs, AMOLED and 120Hz on a phone, I think is going to be the key to success for these mid-range phones in the second half of 2020. But as we do see in the renders, the Realme X7 Pro will have a punch hole cut out, while this K30 Ultra is uninterrupted display. I don't think any phone is going to rival this K30 Ultra for this type of look this year, but a small single punch hole will be okay for me, and it won't distract like those ugly double punch holes we see on like the OnePlus Nord, the P40 Pro, the Realme X50 Pro, and many more. And a few other images that we're just seeing today show the colors and the design of this phone on the back. And the color selection here is looking pretty gorgeous. Now, I do know some of you aren't a huge fan of that lettering on the back, but I think if done in a similar way to what they did on the Oppo Reno 4 5G, it will still look really good. But one spec in terms of design we do have is the weight of this phone at 173 grams. This is going to be one of the lighter devices that I've tested. Now, that gets me a bit nervous because that could mean that Realme is going to be using plastic on the back, or maybe plastic in the borders, versus the Gorilla Glass and aluminum edge that we see on this K30 Ultra. And I think in terms of design, it's going to be very hard to beat the premium feeling of this phone. And I don't think the Realme X7 Pro is going to match the build quality of this phone. And finally, in terms of processor, if they're able to match the K30 Ultra here with the Dimensity 1000 Plus, it's been working really well on this phone with a 240Hz touch sampling rate and 120Hz AMOLED display. This is one of the zippiest phones I've used this year, and we'll see if the Realme X7 Pro can match it. But last but not least, guys, the big spec to match here is going to be the price. And this is where I'm actually not convinced that Realme is going to be able to match the pricing of this incredible K30 Ultra. And if they get even near to that 2,000 RMB price point of this K30 Ultra, I think it will be a win for Realme. Realme has been a bit dormant recently, and the fact that I'm still using my Realme X2 Pro as my main Realme phone just tells you that they need to step it up here to compete with Xiaomi in the second half of 2020. I really hope that this X7 Pro turns out to be a great device to really bring Realme back into the conversation here, because I think they've missed the mark recently on a number of releases. But we shall see, guys, and as more specs roll out for this device, stay tuned right here to Frankie Tech, where we will slowly uncover this device and see how does it stack up here to this K30 Ultra, and can it truly be a K30 Ultra killer? But hit me up in the comments. Are you excited about this Realme X7 Pro? Do you think it can actually match what this K30 Ultra has brought to the table? Or do you think it's going to be a dud? Hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for future updates. And stay tuned, guys, for more news about the upcoming Realme X7 Pro and other China releases right here on Frankie Tech, your source for the latest news on all that is Realme, Xiaomi. They all have a home here on Frankie Tech. So that's it, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.